Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back into another video. Today's video I'm going to be talking about augments, and I know you guys hate these in a way, but love them at the same time. Personally, I think it's super slow to grind them. Honestly, I think they're actually OP. Some of them, others are absolute ass. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. I'm going to be looking through every single augment and give you my personal opinion, what I would choose, even if I don't use them very often, what I would choose if I was you, right? If you're planning on which ones am I going to grind first, which one I'm going to focus on first, well, this is the video for you, because I'm going to be talking about that, and I'm going to be talking about pros, cons, and even some little tips and tricks and secrets. So yeah, let's get into it. So obviously this is divided into 3 different sections. We have the perks, the ammo mods, and the fuel upgrades. Honestly, if I were to decide which ones I would go for first, I would go for perks. And the reason why: perks are the most used things in this game. Field upgrades are very often to be used. It charges super slowly, and ammo mods, well, they're not as interesting as possible. They don't trigger every single time. They can be good in certain times, you know, for example, getting the napalm against manglers, yeah, whatever, sure. But like, perks are going to be your main to go every single time. And if I would have to select one of all of these perks right here to be your first one to grind for, it would be Quick Revive. And let's talk about why. Let's go straight into it, right? I have here, as you can see, I haven't even gotten these two. I'm not even worried about it, although I would definitely go for slow death here if you're a solo player. But if you are a player like me, who actually this also works with multiplayer, I forgot, sorry. Maybe I didn't really specify on that. This works on both ways, right? But these 3 right here, whatever. Maybe for a boss fight, reviving an ally increases both your movement and speed, both of your movement speed for a short time. Reviving an ally heals you to full health. That's okay, you know, you're about to be swarmed and you need to save this guy. You're clutching on the boss fight, on Terminus maybe, and you're gonna need it. Absolutely, yes, sure. If you're going for an Easter egg, I would say go for this one right here, because this one is definitely going to help you when you're swarmed with zombies. It gives you like a second chance. This one here doesn't really matter unless you're playing like solo, and then you're having the equivalent exchange, which is essentially old Quick Revive, which is my main point why I would go for this one, right? So you're subject to have to use 1,500 scavengers materials in order to get yourself a Quick Revive. You start off with one of them, right? And then you can build, I believe, 2 more or 3 more. I'm actually going to be honest, I've never reached that far in order to know. And we both know that those materials do not come cheap. It takes a while, and if you want to put your weapon at legendary, your favorite weapon, it's going to take some materials, right? There's some strats, you can buy them off the wall, yeah, whatever. But the main point here is that you can increase this from either 4 revives, if you can build 3 more, or 3 if you can only build 2 more, into 6 or 7, right? So I don't know about you guys, but this is absolutely amazing. And if I would have to give you a tip, only buy Quick Revive as your 4th perk, and only from then on you can purchase the rest, that it's less important. Always buy the 3 first most important ones, then you go for Quick Revive, and finally go for the rest. The reason for this is that when you go down, you lose every perk besides the first main 3. That's why you see the revive yourself wheel, and it only shows you 3 perks, because those are the 3 you're gonna keep. The others are gone, right? If this is going to disappear because you literally just used it, right, you might as well just have it as the 4th place. This way it will go away regardless, it doesn't matter, but it's not going to take the spot of another perk that you could have kept, right? So always buy 3 first perks, and then buy Quick Revive, and finally you can start buying the rest. That's my tip for you. Reviving an ally allows them to keep all their perks on their bleed out bar. That's also pretty great, obviously, for the Easter egg hunt. So if you're in a multiplayer, I would say EMT here. And you'd also go here with reviving an ally, heals you to full health. You can go with this one, you know, but like I feel like this is really bad. Like, you lose Quick Revive immediately if you get saved, and this is gonna happen many times that you're about to take that lethal damage. And I feel like it's just a waste, because then you're going to have to buy Quick Revive on top of every single else, right? And it's going to be super expensive. It's going to be like 5,500 points at this point, right? Because you have all of the other perks. And this one just gives you like the chance to start over again. I guess this one's also okay, Dying Wish. And you can buy it as many times as possible without having to buy the other perks. So it depends on your strat. I would say Equivalent Exchange is fantastic. But Dying Wish combined with having the already self-revive kit can definitely be pretty good. Yes, can definitely be pretty good. And you don't have to kill zombies when you're down. Because here's the downfall of Equivalent Exchange. If you only have like a tiny little pistol and you're a high round, you're not going to be able to kill anything. Unless you have like the explosives Mustang and Sally. But enough about Quick Revive. Let's go into the rest. Let's talk about stamina. The ones that I like the most are Stalker, walk faster while aiming. Who hasn't here? Please raise your hands. Who hasn't here? Just literally aim down sights into a horde of zombies, and you just start getting hit before you even finish off half of them, right? This allows you to create even more distance between you and them while you're actually shooting at their heads. This is amazing, right? Increased tactical sprint duration, becoming immune to fall damage, that's alright, but I mean, you don't necessarily need this. There's not really many chances this is going to be super awesome. I would say walk faster while aiming is going to give you more advantage to clear out hordes of zombies. But I mean, if you want to go for Free Faller, then yeah, but Dasher, whatever. On to the minor augments. While tactical sprinting, projectiles damage is reduced. No, unless you're playing multiplayer. Use equipment while sprinting. Really don't care. Gain a speed boost after your equipment kills an enemy. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Either just chug a grenade onto the horde of zombies, or throw a tomahawk and boom, just fly. Okay, this is like drinking Red Bull by throwing a goddamn nade at zombies. It's amazing. So yeah, those would be the ones that I recommend here. The Juggernaut, also a very good one. I would say this one is actually even good as your second search. I think you have Juggernaut to explore before Quick Revive, so I'd say if you have the chance, go for Juggernaut first. It has many different features here. A lot of these are insanely good, right? Slightly increased maximum health with Juggernaut. I'd say that's amazing. Turtle Shell is okay. But so I had this theory that it would actually be better than even probiotic. But here's the problem. So in certain times, like for example, let's say the Easter egg of Terminus, or you're facing literally the big head dog or the Margala, and they're shooting you right in the face, right? So having more HP allows you to survive a little bit longer. And the reason why I did this is because then I have also armor plates have more damage mitigation, meaning not only do I have more defense, but I have more HP at the same time. I'm literally a tank with this, okay? And it's amazing. Deal bonus damage while low health. I don't really want to do that. When I'm low health, I just want to run away. Don't do that. Slightly increases armor durability. Listen, between armor durability, you're going to be grabbing plaques off the floor all the time, right? I would say the damage mitigation being stronger means you take less damage on your HP. You can easily grab those plaques off the floor. Just, yeah, don't focus too much on that. This one is definitely the best one here. As for here, you can decide for yourselves. I still think probiotic is probably better. Melee Macchiato. So I've seen some actual people talk about here about some of the things here, and I've seen some mixed opinions. Honestly, the all melee attacks are slightly faster is okay, but slightly faster means it's not that much. And Vampiric Extraction, if you're planning on going for a high round melee only sort of thing, where you buy Melee Macchiato, you put your melee weapon to tier 3 legendary rarity, you put some napalm on it, and you're just constantly just punching people, right? I would say that that's actually pretty good. especially if you're standing inside of the shed on, for example, Liberty Falls. I love that strat. And you're just there being healed back, right? They're dropping plaques in front of you, plates, plaques, whatever you want to call them, and you're constantly being healed while you're doing this, right? And in last case scenario, if you get stuck, you are punching. This doesn't have to kill. You don't have to kill. Just melee attacks by themselves heal you. This could be an extra survival option right here. It's pretty good. I would definitely say Vampire Extraction for sure. Most of the times you're not going to be playing melee only, unless you're like, you know, that's your thing. But at high rounds, if you have the chance to punch somebody and get that little tiny bit of extra HP, it definitely is going to be good for you. As for the minor augments, melee kills reload a portion of your held weapon. So don't be fooled. This does not mean you generate ammo. This just means that it grabs ammo from your current backpack and puts it into the weapon so you don't have to reload, but it doesn't give you more ammo. Unless I'm mistaken. If I'm mistaken, please, by all means, go down in the comments and let me know. Now, backpedal speed is increased after a successful melee attack. And then finally, your punch can one-hit kill normal zombies enemies for more rounds. I would say this is amazing, because if you're being healed for every kill, plus you're actually killing into a higher round, not only are you opening up a space to run away if you're stuck, but you're also getting healed. So definitely these two for me are my main two go. I haven't gotten them yet, but they're definitely the ones on my list next. On to Speed Cola. Supercharged, field upgrades recharge a little bit faster. I would say this is huge value, especially because our field upgrades are super slow. Although reload speed is even faster. It just seems like it pains me to see that Speed Cola feels so weak compared to the original Call of Duty Zombies. But, you know, whatever. If I had to suggest one, I would say classic formula. As for the minor augments, I would say the swap weapons faster as well. So not only are you swapping your weapons a lot faster, switching between guns, maybe you just lost ammo on the current weapon, it switches automatically for you, but it goes real fast. And the reload speed. So you're never going to have almost downtime. And let's think about it. How many times have you guys died because you were reloading your weapon? Or because you were switching from the goddamn jet gun to your goddamn weapon because the jet gun just overheated, right? How many times? You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, definitely those. As for PhD Flopper, DR RAM... this one, I'm actually surprised. This is not even something I was expecting to be good. I just selected it because whatever, right? You can go for gravity, right? Where just falling from heights you'll do explosions. But here's the click. Here's the thing. You might end up killing a zombie you're trying to save for that round, right? It might go wrong for you. And unless you want to grab this, right, and then you go with Technician there for slightly reduces height and distance requires for explosions, and then you go with the one on stamina, where you become immune to fall damage, which, by the way, I think that already does it. I'm not entirely sure, but if you do all of this together, I mean, it's fantastic. It's just, I'm just imagining in certain scenarios how this would be good, right? We were so used to diving that it might not be the best. If I had to select one, it would definitely be this one. Now, you might be thinking, why isn't PhD Slider better? It is good, but this one has saved me a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie. There's times where I was supposed to be locked in by zombies. I start sprinting a little bit, and boom, they just like get knocked back. They don't die, but they get knocked back, and I just open my way out. And this one is not gonna let me do that. Plus, if I'm trying to slide just to move around, and I'm going to do this, unless I'm actually planning on killing or, you know, doing some, you know, fun little challenge, I think this one saves you a lot more often than you might imagine. So this one here, and combined with the one where your plates, which is on Juggernaut, when plates are destroyed, they stun nearby zombies. Those two combined are pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. But you know, DR RAM is, for me, has been fantastic. I loved it. Environmentalist is absolutely ass. Technician slightly reduces height, and it's okay. I mean, you really don't need a lot. You can just dive from an horizontal platform and do it. This one here, this one is the best. Like, no doubt, everybody loves this. Everybody just likes sliding and going faster and further with this. It just feels amazing. It's like you're on drugs, man. It's fantastic. Not that being on drugs is fantastic. In fact, I wouldn't know. That's not what I really meant. What I'm saying is that you're just playing zombies on, like, speed drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to say here. So, next up, and to our Deadshot Daiquiri. Deadshot Daiquiri being one of the best perks right now in this game, which I love. If I don't have Deadshot Daiquiri, hitting headshots on during a game for me just doesn't feel right. So what would I pick for Deadshot Daiquiri? I still don't have it, but we'll let me talk here about this. So first, the further increased critical damage. That one is pretty good. In fact, this is literally just augmenting the already very strong perk itself. Deal double critic damage if an enemy is at full health. I think this is not that good, because if you're going to be fighting versus elites, you're not going to one-shot kill them unless you're using specific guns, right? So this only works at the first ever shot, while this one is going to work at all single times, right? So if I'm going to be honest, dead first, nah, not that interesting for me. Dead again, critical hits have a chance of adding a bullet to your magazine. Just no, forget about it. Unless you're playing like a sniper rifle, no. Dead break, increased damage to armor pieces. I guess that's okay. I would say it's still, from these three, it seems to be the best one, even though reduced hipfire spread is not that bad. It's like an extra attachment to your gun for free in the perk, right? So, but increased damage to armor pieces. So as manglers at a certain round, at a certain higher rounds, this is going to be fantastic for you. So this combined with this, and then just having Deadshot Daiquiri itself, having your weapon at tier 3, plus legendary rarity, plus then napalm, and then just have the right attachments. Folks, if you have trouble with manglers with all of this at late rounds, I don't know what game you're playing. But yeah, those are definitely the ones I would go for. Now, on to Elemental Pop. Here's my quick rundown of this. Don't. I hate this fucking perk. Like, literally. I wish there was an option that if I have Perkaholic, I can remove this. I can unbirth this fucking perk. Like, holy shit. The amount of times that I want to do Easter egg steps, and I really don't need a fucking brain rot zombie going around, and that shit just triggers all the time. Why? I mean, yeah, Electric Cherry is fantastic. They put a perk inside of a perk. I would just pray that you have brought back Electric Cherry instead of this shit. Seriously, I hate it. Okay, but let's at least read for this. If a weapon has an ammo mod applied, Elemental Pop will only activate that one. I would say this is fantastic, but then again, I want Electric Cherry, you know? So if I go for napalm, I'm not going. You know, it's bad. At least give me the chance to have this as a minor and this one as a major or something. Oh god, enemies that hit you have a chance to trigger random ammo mod. So not only are you triggering things you don't want to all the time, but this shit will trigger for you as well. So if I would have to go for something, I would say Electric Cherry, please, by all means. So you not only are you reloading that downtime, are you damaging zombies. And the more empty the magazine is, the stronger you'll do the damage, just like Electric Cherry used to do. But you're also, you know, you're protecting yourself. You're constantly dealing damage. That's fantastic. I love that one. Slightly increases enemy elemental weakness damage. That one's pretty good, I believe, for the boss fight, right? So if you are playing versus the Terminus boss fight, I would say this is fantastic with the ammo mods that actually, you know, deal more damage to them. So definitely this could be pretty good. If you're going for the last round, whatever, having, you know, brain rot zombies going around, just take this and do Electric Cherry. Pineapple Bass equipment can also trigger random, absolutely not. Slightly reduces all ammo mods cooldowns, absolutely not. So yeah, these two right here, Vulnera Bean and Electric Cherry, fantastic. So Let's go into field upgrades, because the ammo mods for me are the least important ones. And if I would have to choose one of these first, I would go for Aether Shroud. And the reason for this, for those who remember back in Cold War, this one is back and it's fantastic. When not only can you have more one charge, but you can also warp forward a short distance, killing all enemies in your path. So it's just that, like, seriously, the rest is the thumbs. I mean, this is definitely not necessary at all. You got melee macchiato. This is not interesting at all. So yeah, those would be the ones. As for energy mine here, energy mine will split into 3 mines to scatter and detonate. So similar to the Russian dolls, that's actually pretty good. I like that one. 3 energy mines will float around you, detonating when an enemy is nearby. Okay, so it's like a little one of those Dead Ops arcades, you know, having the things around you. That's interesting. Okay. Instead of detonating, energy mine becomes a turret that shoots targets one at a time. Okay, dude. I'm gonna be honest. This one seems pretty good. You know, triggering extra damage around you like a protective field. I like that. I like that. But if we were going for extra damage, control damage, then yeah, scatter is definitely the one. Frequency boost, increased detonation count and duration of energy mine. Increased max charges, definitely the one that you would want. Energy mines now attracts nearby normal enemies for a short time. That's okay, but no, it's still extra charge. 2 mines in there at the same time. Oh, baby. Okay, now on to Frenzy Guard. I think this is one of the favorites for a lot of people because of how it works in multiplayer. If you don't know how this works, well, it repairs your armor all the way to full and forces all enemies in the area to temporarily target you. But armor takes all the damage during this time. So this literally makes your armor a shield all around your body, but not only fills it. If you're playing solo, this literally is just a fill your armor card, basically. Allies can also repair armor from kills while near you. So that's okay. A trigger an explosion or an activation normal enemies that melee you or damage and knock down. This one seems the best one in my opinion. I haven't even read the other ones. Well, frenzied, use ammo from stock. Okay, so this is the oh, I don't remember the name. I think it was Frenzy Fire. I'm not sure. The gobble gum that would stock, right? I would say Retribution seems the best one right now. Repair more armor per kill, increase Frenzy Guard. Armor takes all the. So wait, so am I missing something? Repair more armor per kill. So this is supposed to also repair my armor every time I get kills. I'm not following. I might be mistaken here. Increases Frenzy Guard's duration, activation, repair all nearby allies' armors to full. This seems like one of the best ones. Even though Shroud is fantastic, especially to go like try to save your friends. Healing aura, we'll get to that, but like Frenzy Guard when it comes to like armor. But there's so many armor plates already all around. I don't know if it was completely necessary. I would say here definitely this for multiplayer, this for solo, and then a Retribution, definitely. You know, from kills while near you. Okay, so yeah, this definitely you have definitely repair armor from kills, and if every single one of us would have Frenzy Guard with this one and repair more armor per kill, oh my lord, we'd be completely immortal. Oh Jesus. Okay, that's fantastic. Let's go into Dark Flare. So Dark Flare, everybody already knows how it works. It's like a little beam of energy power. You also have the increased charges by 1, so you can have 2. The beam slows enemies on contact. That seems interesting, although still max charges all the way. It significantly increased the size of the beam. Nah, still this one all the way. As for major, significantly increased Dark Flare duration. Beam heals and revives other players on contact. Okay, son, I don't know who needs to hear this. But if you're playing multiplayer and you're a fan favorite of Dark Flare, this is your to-go. I haven't even read the second one, and I'm telling you, this shit's the best. This is similar to what we had in Black Ops 4 with the staff, where you could just heal people and, you know, revive them inside of the circle. Yeah, no, this is definitely it. Supernova, the beam is replaced with a sphere that damages nearby enemies as it travels. The ball detonates at the end of the... Okay, so you trigger it and the ball starts like going in that direction, dealing damage. And okay, yeah, no, yeah. If you're going alone, so if you're going alone, you either take one of these two. If you're going with others, take Dark Pact for sure. An extra charge for sure as well. And finally, Healing Aura, right? This one, it might not be one of the most fan favorites, but I know this one is pretty good, especially if you're playing multiplayer. This is literally for multiplayer. Like solo using this is not that interesting. All affected players have their health regen delay reduced and their rate of healing increased temporarily. This is to heal faster, obviously. The beams and their healing effects persist for a short time after leaving the area of effect. So that's also pretty good, although I still would say resilience is probably the best because you'll heal faster. But if there's, you know, if you're not coordinating well with your teammates, then Enduring Radiance might be best. Revived players keep all their perks on their bleed out bar, and this one's also pretty good. So yeah, if you're going to revive your teammates and allow them to keep some of the perks, but that's the thing, like it says the ones that are on the bleed out bar, which means if the person gets revived before they even reach a third perk, this is useless, I think. Affected player damage is slightly increased for a short time. Healed players have damage slightly mitigated. On activation, special elites are stunned while normal enemies are knocked down. I'd say this one is like the get out of jail free card. So if you're getting stuck in a corner, you trigger this and boom, you just stun everybody. So yeah, it seems pretty good to me. As for these three, I would say, yeah, if there's not a lot of coordination, go for this one. If there is some coordination and you're in comms with your friends, then go with resilience. Persistence doesn't seem that great, honestly. Now on to ammo mods. So even though I still think they're useless, but on the Deadwire, stun enemies can spread the stun to others. Deadwire can stun elite enemies. A bolt of lightning strikes from above, stunning all normal and special enemies in the area. Let's go for big game here. One of the most dangerous zombie races in this game is they are the elites at high rounds. So if you can't stun them, yeah, definitely very good. On to the Miner. Deadwire deals slightly more damage. Deadwire cooldown is slightly reduced. Stun and electric field lasts longer. Deadwire deals slightly more damage. You know, this is like an extra damage all the time, every time you use it. I'd definitely go for that one in big game. You know, just increase your damage input at all times. Napalm Burst can burn elite enemies. So, I mean, that's definitely interesting. Increased burn effect damage. That's also interesting. These two are pretty good. Burn enemies explode on death, spreading the fire to nearby enemies. So like a Molotov. Yeah, no, one of these two is definitely the best. It depends on your tactics, but if I would have to select one, it would go for Napalm Burst. Just like when I'm not shooting the elite, he's at least burning a little bit. So that's pretty good. Increase the burn duration. You can put these two together, like, very nice. Each damage tick has a small chance to spread to a nearby enemy. Initial burn effect deals more damage. So either increase the burn duration or initial burn effect deals more damage together with big game. Either one of these two small ones with the big game seems pretty good to me. On to Cryo Freeze. I don't see a lot of people using Cryo Freeze, but let's see. Cryo Freeze can slow elite enemies. Enemies that are killed while frozen may leave a cloud that slows enemies. Enemies are frozen in place. That's good. I like this one. But even though, you know, like I said, elites are the worst. So definitely big game. Slightly increases the slow duration. Slightly increases damage to frozen enemies. This one's pretty good as well. Slightly increases your chance for Cryo Freeze to activate. So more activation all the time. I would say slightly increases damage to frozen enemies, because if you have the chance to frozen an elite, like we mentioned here, you definitely are going to have a field day just getting to kill these people, right? It's fantastic. So what do we have here? The charmed enemy has a chance to turn other enemies. So they're passing the word. Okay. Charmed enemy distracts nearby normal and special enemies for a short time. So like a monkey bomb. Okay. That's interesting. I would say this is definitely good here. If you have this, and it works with elemental pop, very interesting. Brain Rot can charm elite enemies. Couldn't it not already? I'm confused. I believe I've done this before. I'm a bit confused. I would still say Pheromone seems like the one to go. Brain Rot duration slightly increased. Brain Rot cooldown is slightly reduced. Charmed enemies explode at the end of the Brain Rot's duration, dealing toxic damage. Son, this is literally a monkey bomb. Pheromone with explosive over there. Oh, definitely. I'm actually thinking of doing it. I don't know, man. That seems pretty good to me. Shadow Rift can activate on elite enemies. Okay. Warp one enemy that deals shadow damage to others nearby. Normal enemies are knocked down while special enemies are stunned. Okay. Enemies that are dropped from portals will explode on contact with the ground. So that seems pretty good. I think that the explosive range seems to be the most interesting one, because you're literally just, you hit the zombies, they start falling from the sky, extra damage all around. I would say definitely this one's pretty good. And then what we have here, Shadow Rift cooldown is reduced. Dropped enemies will fall on other enemies. So yeah, this one and explosive range together, they need to work together, absolutely, all the time. Singular to lethal's radius is increased and can kill more enemies. Okay, I would say if targeted and explosive range just seem like the perfect thing, right? You're literally just warping those enemies into on top of the other enemies and making them explode and deal more damage all around. I don't know, man. I would go for targeted with explosive rain on this one. You guys are free to go into the comments and tell me how wrong I am, but that's definitely the ones I would pick. And there you have it, folks. It's a long video. I apologize, but at least I'm not going to have to talk about this ever in the future unless a new augment comes out, new perks, and so on. So definitely watch out for that. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Love you all, and bye-bye.